All right, so before break, we talked about and brainstormed some ideas for the Caring Place poster. In your Google Drive, you have the slideshow that has the guidelines, examples of winners. Remember that you can work as a group outside of class. In class, you're going to make your own example or your own poster. And this year's theme is how to cope with difficult feelings. So the question that they're asking you and what your poster has to portray is how you would cope with difficult feelings, how you would advise a friend or help a friend deal with difficult feelings, or how you see other people successfully dealing with these feelings. So last class we did a little brainstorm. This was on your Google Classroom. And then came up with some different ideas. This is also on your Google Classroom. And from these ideas, I just pulled two that I liked, that I thought, okay, I could probably come up with something good for that. Move your body, relax your mind, walk it out, run it out, let it out. And I guess the reason that I do this is because when I'm stressed out, personally, I don't like to run, but I like to lift weights or take a yoga class or just something that is going to calm me. So of these, let's face it, like I said, I don't like to run. I think I'm gonna do the move your body, relax your mind for my example. Okay, and yours, you can use some of these. They're here as reference for you. You don't have to use any of these. You can come up with your own. And I think that's what we did last class is we worked on the slogan. Remember, I said if you make a poster that says, I like tacos, that is not answering the question, how do you cope with difficult feelings? If you said, eat your favorite foods, that better answers the question, might not be the best solution, but some people might deal with their feelings by eating tacos and pizza and ice cream and chocolate. Primarily chocolate, probably. Yeah. Okay. So I said that I was going to go with the move your body, relax your mind, right? Because we already determined I don't run. This needs to be on 11 by 18 paper. I have that over there for you. But before you get going with that, I want you to once again get scratch paper. Let me zoom out. And you're going to decide your layout. Is your paper going to be portrait style, which means that it is taller than it is wide? Or is it going to be landscape style, which means that it is wider than it is tall? I'm going to do mine landscape style because I already have an idea in my mind on what I'm going to be doing with this. So before I go crazy with layout of the words, I kind of wrote out how I'm going to place my wording. So you have a couple different options. Let me just do this. Oh, my note on my hand? Yep. Ignore that. So I could move your body, relax your mind, have my words laid out at the top and bottom and have my picture here. And I'm going to probably do the namaste hands with silhouettes of people doing whatever. Over here. Okay. So I could have it at the top and the bottom. I could have that portrait style. Move your blah, blah, blah body. I could have the words down here. I could also and then do the same thing. with maybe, I don't know, something down here to fill in this space. I could move this wording down here like I did here as well. So where you put your words is up to you. I could even do something like curve, like move your body, relax your mind, and then have my image in here. My image is going to be my focal point, which is what the people are going to primarily look at. Your wording has to have a strong message, but a focal point is the very first thing that your eyes see when you look at a composition or a work of art. It is like the main focus, what your eyes are drawn to. I personally, of all these, like I said, think I'm going to go with this. So I'm going to show you today how to somewhat figure out your text placement. Please stop doing that. I have a short phrase. Now, if I had a long phrase, I might need another line of words here, but I have words that are made of 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4. So if we are counting characters, that is a letter, that is spacing. I have 4 times 3 is 12, right? 13, 14 characters here. And we have 13, 14, 15 here. I know that those numbers are low enough that I can fit that on my paper landscape style. Now, if I had like 30 characters, I'm going to want to divide that in half and do 2 lines. So if you had relax your mind, come to peace, da 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 da, then you'd want to add another line. So on my real paper now, with my ideas right here, I am going to use the width of my ruler as a spacing tool here, and I'm going to lightly, ever so lightly, draw a line here because we don't want our words to come all the way up to the edge of the paper. I'm going to do the same thing here. This is like a nice little border that I am leaving on my paper. Now, my words, I'm going to use about the width of my ruler. This is just a guide for us. I'm not even going into all my letters spacing today, but this is where I'm going to write my slogan, right? So that could be, if you were doing it portrait style, width of my ruler. My words would go in here. This is spacing. And I know you can't see that real well because I'm drawing in pencil. Spacing, this is where my words would go. Okay. Did you bring your iPads? Good, good, good. No. So if you go to just like Safari, I already looked up Namaste. And I'm going to start pulling pictures that I want to use. Remember how I said I wanted like silhouettes of people in motion? So you can tap and hold and add to photos. Let's find another one. Or I could click on the picture and screenshot it. Honestly, that is the longer way to go about doing it. If you just click and hold, add to photos. I'm gonna get out of this because I said I want those namaste hands, right? The yoga hands. And I'm not loving any of these. I want simplified hands. So I have namaste. Do you know how to get to Google image search? You go to Google. Let's back up. Let's just go to Google. I'm gonna type in namaste hands. And when you do just a regular Google search, you are going to get all to begin with. So you have images, you have Wikipedia meanings, you have links to different sites that you don't really need. You just need images. So up here, I'm going to click on the images icon. And you have all these. Now, if I look up here, do you see women, welcome, vector, clip art, man, transparent, thank you. If you do something that is simple, you probably want something that is like clip art, because that's going to be a simplified drawing. These are not the hands I'm looking for. They're more like this that you want. So I'm going to cut clip art. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save that one. There was another one I liked. I'm going to save that one. Now, if I go to my photos, hasn't been backed up in a while, apparently. They should be in there for me to use as reference. What I'm going to lightly do now, while you guys are working, is I'm going to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. Find the center of my paper. This is 11 by 17. So what would be half of 17? 8.5. So if I just come here and find 8.5, put a nice little mark here. Nice little mark here. Now I know where the center of my paper is. I'm gonna do my focal point right here. I'm gonna put my people here and draw this out super lightly, because once we have everything drawn out, next class we're going to do the words. And everything's going to get finished up with a Sharpie marker. We are going to be using Sharpie markers and probably maybe a little bit of crayon, because we want to really make our colors pop off the paper for this project. Okay, so that is where we are at today.